Entrepreneur Development Sarawak. Yang berhormat Datuk Sebastian Ting Chiu Yu, Deputy Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak. Yang berbahagia Datuk Sherina Husaini, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak. Ms. Livan Tajam, Aiffa Festival Director. Mr. Jafri Amin, Aiffa Executive Director. Professor Dr. Ruslan Abdul Halim, Rector Aswara. Yang berbahagia Datuk Kamil Othman, Chairman National Film Development Corporation Malaysia Finas. Yang berusaha Mr. Pancacara Malaya, the President of Malaysian Film Producers Association PFM. Yang berbahagia Datuk Sri Ibrahim Abdul Rahman, President Institute PR Malaysia IPRM, Datuk-Datuk, Datin-Datin, members of the film industry, media friends, film, creative and communication students and lecturers from Aswara, UITM and UPTM. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi Film Festival since the year 2013. More than 500 films from all around ASEAN have been submitted since we began 10 years ago. To recap and understand Aiffa better, we will play a video accompanied by a special cello performance by Haikal Aidil, who will play a song made popular by Allahyarham Tan Sri P. Ramlee, the ultimate legendary filmmaker, who is still very close to our hearts. More so as this theatre itself is called Pawagam Jalan Ampas in dedication of the late Tan Sri P. Ramlee. With that, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, terimalah Malam Bulan di Pagar Bintang. A huge round of applause to the amazing performance by Haikal Aidil. And the video presented was reflections of the previous ASEAN International Film Festival and Awards. Thank you once again, Haikal Aidil, for the amazing cello performance. All right, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Ruslan Abdul Rahim, Rector Aswara, for his welcoming speech.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all our honorable guests. I think before I go into the script here, I think I'd just like to express my admiration and also I'm amazed with the presence of so many luminaries in the industry right now. And again, I bid you welcome to Aswara, our humble little Academy of the Arts. And hope you have a very, very memorable and enjoyable stay. I'm going to sit over here. Okay, allow me to just quickly go into my speech here. Okay, Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Menteri Pelancongan, Industri Kreatif dan Seni Persembahan Sarawak. Yang Berhormat Datuk Sebastian Ting, Timbalan Menteri Pelancongan, Industri Kreatif dan Seni Persembahan Sarawak. Yang berbahagia Datuk Sherina Husaini, Setiausaha Tetap Kementerian Pelancongan, Industri Kreatif dan Seni Persembahan Sarawak. Yang berusaha Miss Livian Tajang, Aiffa Festival Director. Yang berusaha Mr. Jafri Amin Osman, Aiffa Executive Director. Yang berbahagia Datuk Kamil Osman, Pengerusi Perbadanan Kemajuan Film Nasional Malaysia, iaitu FINAS. Yang berusaha Mr. How do I get this pronunciation right, yeah? Mr. Pancacaram Nalila, Mr. Panca Nalila, Presiden Persatuan Penerbit Film Malaysia, PFM. Yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Ibrahim Abdul Rahman, Presiden Institut PR Malaysia, IPRM. Sebagai Rektor Aswara, saya mengalu-alukan dan amat berbesar hati kerana dapat turut terlibat bersama-sama festival yang berprestij tinggi ini, iaitu the ASEAN International Film Festival and Awards atau Aiffa 2023. Sebagai ketua agensi di Aswara ini, secara peribadi saya amat berbangga kerana Aswara dipilih oleh pihak Aiffa 2023 sebagai lokasi promosi festival ini yang akan diadakan di Kuching, Sarawak pada 2 hingga 4 Ogos 2023. So please mark that date, everyone. Okay, InsyaAllah saya dan warga Aswara juga akan menyokong dan membantu mempromosikan festival ini di Bandaraya Kuching nanti. Syabas Aiffa 2023. Yang bahagia Datuk, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, kerjasama gandingan mantap antara Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak dan pihak swasta boleh dijadikan sebagai contoh dalam menghasilkan satu program yang berprestij ini. Film is more than creativity, film is business. Okay, Aswara telah melahirkan ramai graduan yang berjaya yang menempah nama dalam industri seni kreatif negara. Jika boleh saya sebutkan di sini antara kejayaan terkini yang ditempuh oleh pelajar-pelajar Fakulti Penulisan Kreatif dan Film adalah dokumentari Friendly KL, di mana pelajar tahun 2 Ijazah Sarjana Muda Film dan Television dengan kepujian telah tercalon sebagai Festival Film 2030 di Milan, Itali sebagai kategori Documentary Health and Wellbeing. I think this speaks well for the program and faculty over here. Okay, dan para hadirin sekalian, ucapan ribuan terima kasih juga diucapkan kepada YB Datuk Seri Karim, YB Datuk Sebastian, tim Motek Sarawak, Worldcom KL, FINAS, PFM, IPRM dan semua yang telah menjayakan Aiffa 2023 ini. Aswara akan sentiasa menjadi rakan kongsi Aiffa kerana banyak lagi yang perlu kami pelajari dan dalami. Treat Aswara as your KL film home also. Sekian, wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Ruslan Abdurrahim, Director of Aswara, for welcoming all here today once again for this magnificent event. Okay, terima kasih. Moving along, she is one of the pillars of Asean International Film Festival and Awards. She has been the festival director since the year 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand to Miss Livan Tajam.
Good morning, a very warm welcome. Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, our Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak, and also the Minister of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development. Good morning as well to Datuk Sebastian Ting Chiu Yu, the Deputy Minister, our Permanent Secretary for the Ministry, Datuk Sharina Hussain. Good morning, Datuk, Datin, distinguished guests, members of the media, students gathered here. Actually, it's such a pleasure to see you all because we haven't had Aiffa for 4 years already. So thank you, KL, thank you for filmmakers, the fraternity here for welcoming us so warmly. We've run this film festival, as the MC said, thank you MC, since 2013. So, you know, it's 2023 now, so that's 10 years. When we started, I have to tell you, it was not that easy. Because, number one, you know, how do you persuade people to send their films to a festival that is new? How do you persuade people to come to Kuching to attend a film festival? So we persevered, we kept on it, and after 4 festivals, 2021 went online, and this will be our 6th edition. And we feel that we must be doing something right. When we didn't really look so much for films this year, we had a lot of entries. Around ASEAN, we received altogether 121 entries. Wow. So our process is a bit, how do you say, there's many layers to it. So it comes from around ASEAN. We have an administrative jury, and then a buffer jury. So the buffer jury has selected from among these 121 altogether, going on to the ASEAN jury. Altogether is 31 films. So these 31 films will be nominated. There are 12 awards. This will take place on the 12th of, sorry, not 12th, on the 4th of August. But before that, we have many other events. I think some of you are familiar, the structure, and if you look at the program book, so many of the programs are actually the same because I think people really enjoy this festival. They enjoy the city of Kuching. You know, they walk around for 3 days, and it culminates, of course, in the gala night. And that's when we actually find out who gets to win the awards from around ASEAN. And so far, there's a lot of surprises, you know, suspense and drama. But everybody, I think, believes this is really a festival that unites ASEAN. You know, we have people coming, people asking, can they come back? You know, and that's proof for us that it must be a popular festival because there are people who actually attended all the Aiffas. I think even some here, right? Datuk Shohaibi, I know that, you know, she's so supportive of this festival. Datuk Kamil, Finas, many people here. Datuk Nancy as well, I think is a familiar face. So thank you very much to all of you here because you are always giving us the support. Yeah. Just now what you saw is the reflections of the past Aiffa. And for this year, we do have something new. And this is because we feel, our young filmmakers, such as what Aswara is producing, we decided to do an inter-university ASEAN short film competition. So throughout ASEAN, we have reached out to the university students, and we were surprised because it's the first time. So we actually have 50 film entries from throughout ASEAN. We are excited. We will announce that at the opening night, which is on the 2nd of August. And then from the 2nd until the 4th, we have shortlisted nominated film screenings. So for those of you who would love to see what entered for nominations, you have 2nd, 3rd, and 4th to watch at the Old Court House. And then we have a lot of good talks. As the rector mentioned just now, Dr. Ruslan, it is business, and we do agree that it is not only entertainment, because you need to train students, you need to think downstream. So always our talks, we call them film biz talks. So we have a lot of good speakers. We have somebody from India, Pro Real, who has started his own streaming line. We have many other good speakers. People who will talk about script writing, people who will talk about, women in the creative industry. So there's a lot of topics. We hope that you all do come. Even if your film is not selected, it is a good learning experience, and I think a lot of networking happens then, because there are actually films that are submitted now, which is cross-collaboration between countries. The last time we have Brunei and Laos, and I think this year is Philippines and Brunei. So they tell me it's the outcome of Aiffa, that people begin to know each other, that the ASEAN, they find they have a lot of similarities, whether it's stories and all. And that's why, there's one very important award that we actually give. It's called the ASEAN Spirit Award. That film is usually the film that reflects the best of us in ASEAN. So because of that, we find out that this cross-collaboration actually, is beautiful films they send in to show how similar we are with these 10 different countries. So that's with what you can expect from the 3 days festival. And before I finish, I'd like to express my gratitude, because since the time we started in 2013, as the MC said, it was our Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture who was very supportive of this event. It began with him, which is our current Premier, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari. And we want to thank our current Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, because he is also very supportive of this festival. He's carried the torch for us, and so we have not had any, problems. But actually the ministry has been supporting us all this while, which really is a wonderful thing for us, because to have that kind of support, because it's not so easy to run a film festival. And so we want to say on behalf of Aiffa, thank you very much for being with us all this way, and also thank you to all the filmmakers, from Malaysia and throughout ASEAN who have always been supporting us. I also want to thank the Aswara and Dr. Ruslan, because I think it's so appropriate to have, this KL launch here, because this is where it all begins, how to do films and performing arts and all. So thank you very much for this place. Thank you, everyone. We really do hope to see you all at Aiffa between the 2nd to the 4th of August. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again, Ms. Livantaja, for enlightening us on what to expect for Aiffa 2023, happening from the 2nd to the 4th of August. Yes, terima kasih. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in 2012, 10 ASEAN tourism ministers met in Kuching for a conference. It is here that the ASEAN International Film Festival and Awards was endorsed. The minister then was Dato' Amar Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Openg, who is now Yang Amat Berhormat the Premier of Sarawak. Aiffa would like to extend our utmost gratitude to Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah and the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak for the encouragement and continuous support of Aiffa. Can we give a huge round of applause, everyone? Thank you. With that, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Haji Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah to deliver his speech.
Terima kasih. Urusi majlis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to each and every one of you. Well, I feel very humbled that I can be in this auditorium. Dan jarang sekali kita datang ke Kuala Lumpur untuk majlis-majlis seperti ini. Kalau kita biasa dengan suasana di Sarawak. Tapi walau bagaimanapun, terima kasihlah kepada Aswara, terutama sekali Prof. Roslan kerana telah memberi ruang untuk kita bersama-sama di sini. Yang Berhormat Datuk Sebastian Ting, my timbalan, head kementerian. Yang berbahagia Datuk Sharina, Permanent Secretary, ataupun kalau di peringkat federal KSU lah, KSU Kementerian Pelancongan, Industri Kreatif dan juga Seni Persembahan, Miss Liban. She has been with Aiffa from the time it was first incorporated. Lama dah Liban ni. Ya. Tahniahlah Pak Puan Liban. Mr. Jeffrey Amin Osman, Aiffa. Ada berdengung sikit. Aiffa Executive Director. Tidak lupa juga kepada Profesor Dr. Roslan Abdul Rahim, Director of Aswara. Datuk yang berbahagia Datuk Kamil Osman, the Chairman of FINAS ataupun National Film Development Corporation Malaysia. Yang berusaha Mr. Pancacaram Nalia, President of Malaysia Film Producers Association. Where is he? Oh, okay. It's a very difficult name to pronounce. You see, in Sarawak kita tak ramai orang India. I'm not being racist here. So that's why nak sebut nama-nama India ni memang jarang di Sarawak. Bila datang sini ada nama India ni, susah sekali nak sebut. Panjang sekali. Pancacaram. Oh. Okay. Itu nama isi. Yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Ibrahim Abdul Rahman, Presiden Institute PR Malaysia or IPRM, Datuk-Datuk, Datin-Datin, members of the film industry, media friends, and of course pelajar-pelajar Aswara, PR students from University Polytech Malaysia or UPTM, and also UITM, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning and warm welcome to all distinguished guests who are here to attend this Aiffa 2023 KL launch. On behalf of the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Art Sarawak, we are proud to support the Asean International Film Festival and Award, which will be back in Kuching from the 2nd to the 4th of August this year. Well, I was asking Liban just now, things have been moving very fast. When was the last time we had Aiffa? She told me it was 2019. We did not have a physical Aiffa for the last few years, partly because of COVID. But I can say Aiffa is very, very close to us. That's a time when we bring together those who are in the film industry in ASEAN. And also that is a time when we will always bring one celebrity. So I was asking her, who's the celebrity this year? Honestly, despite being the minister, there are just too many things. I've not been able to get myself updated who is going to be this year. But I can't announce it yet, but I believe when the name is announced, it will create a lot of interest in Sarawak especially. I didn't know that they managed to rope in that celebrity. I was hoping that it would be, because when I asked my children, my family, among all these names that we have, which one would you prefer? For every one of them choose that one, and then somehow they managed to rope in that person for that. But it's only fair that I cannot announce it yet until all the documents are signed, or else the celebrity will not be happy. But along the way, from the first Aiffa until now, we have got big names. We have got Jackie Chan. We have got Danny Yu. I still remember when Jackie Chan was there, bringing in his private jet. It created a lot of interest in Kuching. That level of celebrity. Everyone want to take the nak ambil selfie, nak ambil gambar, nak ambil autograph dan sebagainya. Danny Yung also, and we've got Datuk Michelle Yung. But Aiffa, I noticed, seems to have ada feng shui dia sendiri. Siapa-siapa yang terlibat dengan Aiffa ni, dia boleh naik. You can see Datuk Michelle, and many of us might not realize it. The first Aiffa, the MC was Henry Golding. Henry Golding was the MC, and that was only 2013. He was a nobody at that time actually. But after Aiffa, now for us to bring him, actually he's one of those that we wanted to bring this time around, but we can't. Because he has got too many commitment. He's got too many commitment, and then untuk bawa dia balik pun, we have to pay millions and millions. It's not cheap when you have reached that level in your career. Well, but we are happy to be a part of those who are able to bring up people. Before this, we bring in Steven Seagal. He's my hero actually. I love to see his movie. Tapi the last time he was so happy to be in Sarawak, and actually he even offered himself. We have got this music festival. I think some of you might have been there. Rainforest World Music Festival. We just held it about 2 weeks ago. It was very, very successfully held. It's just like Aiffa. It started from a small platform. Rainforest World Music Festival. 26 years ago, when it was first held, the crowd was only about 300. But then, as the years goes by, it has reached about 20,000. This year that is the maximum that we can bring in for our Rainforest World Music Festival. And this year we bring in Gypsy King. We bring in Big Mountain. It was very, very successfully held. Well, many of those who are staying in Kuala Lumpur, West Malaysia, might not be able to get the news of what is happening back in Kuching, but there are lots of activities that we have. That's why sometimes I'm quite worried when I see 2nd to 4th of August. We have got lots of programs. On the 22nd of July, we're celebrating our 60th independence, Sarawak independence. And this celebration has started from the 28th of May. We have got our convoy Kembara, we have got floats in the Sarawak River, which is on the 29th. We have got a grand concert with artists from Indonesia. UNTUK is playing in Sarawak on the second concert raya. We're bringing a few other artists from West Malaysia in our concert raya. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, on the 5th of August, we're going to have our street parade in Kuching. There's one in Kuching, there's going to be another one in Cebu, and another one in Miri. We spend quite a lot for our Independence Day, partly because that is one way of us bringing in the people once they're together, they're happy. We don't only do celebration, we don't bring in entertainment just for the election. Sarawak is not facing any election this year or next year, but then a lot of people were asking, why are you having so much of all this celebration? No, because we don't bring celebration, entertainment just for the election. Every year, if you have to do it, or every few months, if you have to do it, we'll do it. Yeah. Okay. So Kuching is all set to host the 6th Aiffa, and all the 10 ASEAN countries have shown their commitment, as what I mentioned by Livan just now, to participate. I was informed that 120 entries were received and will be competing for the Aiffa Award on the 4th of August. The growing number of entries since 2013 shows the support the festival has, and I'm told that there will be several international speakers who are attending to share their expertise on topics that will interest professional filmmakers. Actually, I'm not too sure whether Aiffa should just stay put in Kuching. Probably, maybe we can move it around ASEAN, but then we hold the pattern right. It's just like another event which we organize in Kuching that is on responsible tourism. We organize it together with one of the university in Kuching. This year, we pinjam that event to Indonesia. They're going to host it on a very grand scale in Bogor in August. I'll be attending again. And I heard even India is wanting to do it. So we can also look at Aiffa and make it look, but then we must maintain that right, because we are the one that initiate the idea. Probably after a few years, then we will come back, pusing balik macam itu. As long as it does not leave us and then terus tak balik-balik. There are a few events that we have that was initiated in Sarawak. Among them, the national level pertandingan P. Ramli. That is the idea of our Tuan Yang Terutama yang di-Pertuan Negeri Sarawak, Tun Taib, when he was the Right Honourable Chief Minister at that time. So it has stayed put in Sarawak. Then one, probably we will make sure it will stay put in Sarawak. We will not want to move it to Kuala Lumpur or Angkasa Puri. We always want it to be in Kuching. The other one is Bintang Kecil, which we organize every year. Bintang P. Ramli is every 2 years. And I would like to see that kind of competition to be lagi besar. Kalau jangan hanya untuk dibuat untuk Malaysia, tapi mungkin dibuka kepada negara Brunei Darussalam ataupun di Indonesia, because there's certain part of Indonesia, Batam, Kalimantan Barat, P. Ramli is very popular in those places also. Yeah. Looking beyond the benefits of this festival brings to the film community, how it can bring to the film community, we can also see that the objectives are similar to ASEAN's goal as an organization. In the ASEAN Community Vision 2025, which is charted at the 27th ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur, many of the objectives of Aiffa are similar to it, as it is about the benefits of community building, reinforcing our sense of togetherness and common identity within Southeast Asia or within Nusantara. Aiffa is a film festival that brings together 10 nations through the language of film and provides the opportunity for our people to see each other's stories and, more importantly, just how similar these countries are. By increasing our understanding of our neighbors, we can help to promote understanding and tolerance within the region, inshallah. Indeed, Aiffa has become a platform to bring together film ideas and film business community together, as there is huge potential market in Southeast Asia. We do not realize ASEAN, within ASEAN, the population is about 600 million. 600 million is a huge market. The film produce can also go beyond ASEAN, and that also helps to market our countries for tourism purposes. When it comes to tourism, I get a little bit excited because I've been embarking on tourism. We are very, very happy. Sarawak is now back to pre-COVID. The number of visitors coming in, we are back to pre-COVID. From January until May, until June, the number of visitors far exceed those that we have anticipated. And for this year, actually, for visitors' arrival, we are quite conservative to place it as 3 million visitors for this year for Sarawak. But I know we will hit that 3 million by September. By the time we reach December, we should exceed the number 4 million. Well, I have to thank a lot of them, including those who are organizing Aiffa, the International Dragon Boat, the Regatta, the Rainforest World Music Festival, the Borneo Jazz Festival, the Kuching Jazz Festival. I love music festivals. And it's always very easy when it comes to Sarawak. Tidak banyak restriction. Kalau di sini kemungkinannya ini tidak boleh, pakaian ini tidak boleh, itu skirt tidak boleh pendek sangat. Kalau di Sarawak kita terbuka sikit lah. As the Minister in charge of Tourism and Creative Industries, the 3 days gathering of filmmakers, film buff, celebrities and international stars will help create and increase awareness of the festival, Kuching as well as Sarawak. Of course, as I mentioned just now, the state's 60th anniversary celebration this year is an added bonus for everyone who visits Sarawak at this time. Sarawak will be hosting many other events to mark the anniversary of the 60th anniversary, and I hope that filmmakers will consider using Sarawak for film production or film location, as there are many unique natural studios and there is also a diverse range of culture and people who live harmoniously. It is also worth mentioning that Sarawak now has a growing film industry, and since 2019 we have our own TV station. TVS. It's growing very fast, TVS. Not to say that I'm trying to promote, but we are very, very happy with what they are doing. Practically all our state function, the festival that we have, we will rope in TVS to be a part of it. Yeah. For the first time, Aiffa will premiere a local movie. Well, I've seen this movie being, they spend their time, a few months if I'm not mistaken, just during the shooting of this movie in Kuching, in Muka. It's called Sumpahan Zerunai. And then we have got there Dato' Nancy. We are very, very proud of it. Actually, now we can see local movies will be, or local movie will be there as the premiere movie for the launching. This horror movie is based in Sarawak and was shot locally while our ministry provides the support for the film. This is a very authentic movie, because I do know when they come up with the script on this, just to avoid sensitivity, because sometimes bila kita buat tentang adat, tentang cerita-cerita macam ni, adalah suku kaum yang terlibat tu, they might complain, oh it's not like this, it's not like this. So what they did was, they come up with the script, we send the script to Majlis Adat Istiadat Sarawak, for them to read through the script and make sure it's in order, it's correct. So after all those deliberation, after they have checked through, boleh untuk proceed with the movie. Dia punya chop sudah ada sana. So we cannot be wrong. The movie is based on the folklore. That is based on how the native, the Melanau, those years dia punya belief berkenaan dengan clearing. Clearing is the totem pole. Apabila orang, some aristocrat die, those days, they will set up that totem pole, that huge totem pole. A slave has got to die together with the totem pole. That is how the movie, I think, moves for that community, the Melanau. But it's not just the Melanau who have got totem pole. You see a lot of totem pole among the Orang Ulu. Liban is an Orang Ulu from the Orang Ulu community. In the Orang Ulu community, they call it Klidiam. In the Melanau community, they call it Zulunan. That whole totem pole with that carving. It's made of one tree, belian tree. Belian tree is a very heavy. It's an iron wood. Dia letak dekat sungai, dia tenggelam. Kayu tu tenggelam. It's a very heavy wood, iron wood. So this horror movie is based in Sarawak and was shot in Sarawak, while our ministry give the support, sikit financial support. I know they managed to get for all over the place. As we hope to encourage more film production in Sarawak, the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Art also give grants to eligible filmmakers shooting in Sarawak, as we want to see more local talents and great content coming in from the state. So I welcome those film producers from West Malaysia, whether you want to make documentaries or whether you want to make movies. Can always come over, apart from getting the grant from FINAS, from the federal ministry. You can also come over to the state. We will definitely give consideration for that. Well, Aiffa can build familiarity of Sarawak among the people of ASEAN, not just Sarawak, also Malaysia, among the people of ASEAN through film industry, and I hope to see the festival grow beyond the region to be a familiar name among the film festival section. Well, maybe one day it might just be like Cannes, it might just be like Busan Film Festival, but we need the cooperation of all those in the industry to build the name to a bigger name. And I'm very sure if you have got the passion, if you have got the outlook, just like what we did with Rainforest World Music Festival, it's among the top 10 in the world now. It used to be very small. When I do my marketing in Europe, the moment they see what from Sarawak, straight away the reporter said, Rainforest World Music Festival, I've been there. Wow, you feel so proud, you know? When you hear something like that. That's why it need efforts of everybody to bring this thing up. And I'm very sure Aiffa, if we have got the right outlook, the right focus, it can be an international film festival on the like of what we have in the other part of the world. Yeah. On this note, terima kasih sekali lagi kepada semua. Terima kasih Aswara and all those distinguished guests that we have down here. I can see a lot of familiar faces. Those who are in the artist industry down here. Thank you for being around, and I hope to see you all in Kuching. Book your ticket, book your hotel. Honestly, I'm quite worried about the hotel. Sheraton will be officiated this month. I think there is another 200 or 300 plus room. Because we seem to be facing problems with that because there are just too many events practically every week. Every week we have events in Kuching or any other parts of Sarawak. I've been telling the